I thought it was interesting to read that HEPA traps 0.3 microns.
Yep.
Intellipure traps 0.007 microns. I think it's a reminder that these ultrafine particles can enter your lungs and bloodstream.
Yeah, so if you think about it from a standpoint of 0.3 micron is 900 times smaller than the tip of a human hair. So from looking at it in size, 95% of all the particles that are floating in the air you can't see. So I always try to draw the analogy. If I'm sitting at my desk right now and the sun's coming in, you see all that stuff floating in the air. That's only giving you an indication of 5% of what's in the air. Actually, 95% of the stuff that's in the air you can't see. So although HEPA is very efficient, it's capturing 99.97 at 0.3 micron. Our systems have actually been individually tested at 0.002, but we don't have that sensor on hand at all times. So in our location in upstate New York, you can come into our offices and see this. Every single machine is individually certified and guaranteed to provide 99.99% at 0.007 micron, which is 40 times higher efficiency than any HEPA system has been tested to.
Why don't you talk about the fumes that the filters also emit?
Great question. So one of the biggest challenges in the air quality industry is VOC removal. So we talk about fumes. We call them volatile organic compounds. These are gases and odors that basically become prevalent due to the way we paint our bedrooms, the type of furnishings we use in our homes, the way we clean our homes. I always tell people to open up their kitchen sink cabinet and pull out the chemicals that you're cleaning your home with, and you'll see it says, do not use these around children. These are chemicals. These are toxins. And what happens is the way we've built our homes, we built our homes so energy efficient due to cost that we've just created this time bomb or this soup of pollution in the space. So our homes can't breathe. We spray Cloroxes, Windexes, and bleaches in the space, and those things just stay suspended in our air. Also, how we fragrance our home. We use candles, toxic candles in some cases, and how we furnish our homes. We look at the costs of furniture, and a lot of times you pay for what you get. Our mattresses are one of the biggest VOC off-gassing points, and we're sleeping on these things. So it's really a way to look at how do we live in a non-toxic way more holistically. A lot of air cleaners on the market are dealing with VOCs through carbon or zeolite or a potassium, which is a blended granular absorbent. What we found in that situation is a lot of manufacturers are putting a high level or a high poundage of gas and odor absorption inside the filter. The biggest challenge we found with that is what are we doing if we put a bunch more media in front of the airflow? We restrict it even more. So the biggest challenge you have with that is if I'm not circulating enough air in the space, I won't have an impact. It doesn't matter how much I have in there. So what we've tried to do with all of our products is ensure that we have a proper balance of each material in the filter. So at the end result that we're not impacting the airflow of the machine. If we're impacting the airflow of the machine too much, it doesn't matter what we're trying to achieve, we'll never be able to bring enough back to the machine to filter the air. What we're also seeing is a big movement to integrated systems. A lot of people building new homes, a lot of the great, beautiful buildings being built down in New York City, they're actually integrating air quality systems right into their HVAC system. And that's because we now know that air quality is the number one health concern facing humans worldwide. And if we can address it as it comes into the space, that's certainly helpful as well. So I think there's so many great innovations coming from the industry that it's going to be an exciting next few years. So
in your own home, how often do you air out the home by cracking open the windows? Because especially in a place like New York City, I think about all the particulate matter in the outdoor air. But knowing that indoor air is much more polluted than outdoor air, I do air it out. But then I always wonder how that impacts the performance of the air purifiers.
Great. So 9 out of 10 people worldwide live in cities or towns that have unhealthy air. This isn't just Beijing or New York City. Believe it or not, small towns. One of the things I always tell people to do is the government's done some really great stuff with the AQI, the Air Quality Index. You can actually tell what your outside air quality is at all times. We're creating some really great new technology through Pure 365, which will actually give the consumer the ability to see what the outside air quality is, what their inside air quality is, and then exactly what you said, Sophia. We could actually say, hey, you have a high level of particulate in your bedroom. The outside air quality today is good, open a window. So by giving people the ability to understand what their outside air quality is and what their inside air quality is, we can empower them to live better, not simply through the purchasing of products, but through their behaviors, opening a window or turning on a ceiling fan in the bathroom. So that's the beauty of what technology is giving us the ability to do nowadays. Now, to your question directly about purification, what's going to happen in that case, dilution is great. The biggest challenge you have with our homes is they don't breathe. So if you have if you've been painting in the home, or if you've been staining, we just had a customer that bought a bunch of systems who was staining their home. They couldn't get the toxins out. In a lot of cases, a portable air purifier is really going to have a hard time addressing that. You need to air the space out. So we always say, look at the AQI, open a window, make sure you don't have a high level of pollution coming in. But it'll still certainly help running the machine when the windows are open. But we always say, for the best portable use air cleaning, you want to control the variable.
Thanks for listening. Podcast show notes can be found at my website at nontoxicliving.tips. To more easily listen to other episodes, please subscribe to the Practical Nontoxic Living podcast. And if you'd like to support it, then please like it and share it. Until next time.